Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're so excited to be here with you today for our Get Down to Business webinar, Paying Your Bill, Getting Your Financial Aid, and Avoiding Long Lines. My name is Sabilla Robison, and I am the director of the One Stop Student Center here at USD. And I'm joined by some of my colleagues who I'll let introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. My name is Kelly Nearing, and I am the Director of Financial Aid.
Hey everyone, my name is Nancy Correa. I'm happy to be here and I'm a counselor at the One Stop Student Center.
Hi, my name is Diana Budov and I am the current graduate assistant for Graduate Student Life.
Wonderful. Well, now you've met everyone, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We have lots of great information to share with you tonight. And don't worry, after our presentation, there is going to be a live chat. So if you have some questions, please feel free to send those over to us in just a few. So first off, like I said, I am the director of the One Stop, but you might be asking yourself, well, what does that mean? So first off, I wanted to show you our website. This is the One Stop website, and we are really going to be your central point of contact for any questions that come up regarding your financial aid, regarding your bill, how to pay it, and for some of you also for questions about how to add and drop your classes. So our website, which you see here, it has a lot of helpful resources on all those topics. You can see we do see students in person in our office. No appointment is necessary. You can also email us or give us a phone call. If you do want an appointment this summer, maybe you're not close to campus and you want to talk to someone over the phone and have a set time, you can also see a link here to sign up for a new student phone appointment. So we are really eager to help you on any of those topics. So please feel free to reach out. And they're topics we're going to dig a little bit deeper into today. So let's move along and we're going to go into your portal. So if you have had a chance to get into your My San Diego portal already, great. If not, that's okay. We're going to help familiarize you with it. So you're going to notice in your portal, there's a main section called the Torero Hub, which you can see on your screen here. And that is kind of the gateway to a lot of the sections that you are going to use for the tasks that are related to the business of being a student. So I just want to walk you through some of them. And don't worry if this sounds confusing, we are here to help you and answer any questions. So let's go ahead and jump ahead to the first section I want to show you, which is your My Academics section. So from your My Academics page, you're going to be able to view your schedule once you're registered. You'll be able to view your grades. I know we're a little ways out from that. You'll also have access to something called Degree Works, which you see in the middle column there. And that is really the roadmap to your degree. And it shows you what requirements you've completed and what you have left to do. You've also got the ability to register for classes here. And we'll talk in a minute because some programs actually register for you, while some of you will be doing it yourself. So this is where you'll go to register. You've got a link for buying textbooks. A way to check if you have any holds on your account, which as a new student is not unusual. So really great information and resources on this My Academics page. So to also look a little further, I want to show you another section of it. You're going to see this if you scroll a little further down, the forms and links section. So this can be very helpful because it displays the final exam schedule each semester. So you can kind of plan for that. It allows you to see when you can register. So when those registration periods are opening up, if you are registering yourself, and so on. So there's a lot of different forms that you can access from this page. You can also order transcripts when you get to that point and you need to get an official transcript. So file that one away in your brain for now. And moving right along, we've been talking about schedule. You've already heard me say it a couple of times. So in terms of the schedule, when you can actually add your schedule and register, this is going to typically happen in November or in April, and you can go to that My Academics page to see your exact timing. Some programs like the School of Nursing, the MS Accountancy, Taxation, Master of Fine Arts and Dramatic Arts, Master Credential Cohort, and Summer Only, those programs will be in touch with you and they will register you. So you do not need to worry about adding your classes. So don't stress about that. If you do need to register yourself Also, don't stress about that. Your program will tell you what classes you need to take. And then if you need any help with the mechanics of actually adding those on your portal, please reach out to One Stop. We're happy to walk you through the process or take a look at our website. We have some videos we've created to help walk you through that too. So you've got a lot of support here. So please feel free to lean on us for any help. So we've talked about registration. Now at USD, we've got our main semesters, which are fall and spring, but some programs will also have summer and what's called intersession, which is the semester in between the fall and the spring. So registration for these will open in October for intersession and in March for summer. And don't worry, we're recording tonight's session. So if you need to access all this later, you can flip back to it when it's relevant. But just wanted to kind of plant those seeds for you that there are potentially 4 different semesters you could decide to take classes in. That's when the online registration opens for summer and intersession. And then if you miss those periods, you can still register. It just requires you contacting One Stop for some help, because we do require that your tuition and your fees are paid up front or you have approved financial aid if you're after that online registration period. So just wanted to share that with you. Again, no need to remember it all at this point. I know we've already gone over a lot. So take a deep breath, because now Kelly is going to go over some great and helpful financial aid information with you. Kelly?
Perfect. Thank you, Sibylla. Hi, everyone. So in order to apply for financial aid at USD, you have to submit one application for financial aid. You will be submitting either the free application for federal student aid, better known as the FAFSA, or the California DREAM Act application, or the USD DREAM Act application. So you're only submitting one application, and I'm going to explain who would be submitting which one, but it is an application that you will submit every year. The applications become available on October 1st, and the due date is April 1st of the following year. So the deadline has passed for this upcoming academic year. So I'm hopeful that if you're planning to apply for financial aid, you have already done so. If not, it's okay. You still want to submit the application as soon as possible, but try to make that deadline in the following years. So for our citizens and eligible non-citizens, you will be submitting the FAFSA application. For our undocumented students who are from California, you will be submitting the California DREAM Act application. And for our undocumented students who are coming from out of California, you will be submitting the USD DREAM Act application. Both the FAFSA and the California DREAM Act application are electronic forms, and the USD DREAM Act application is a paper form available on our website. If you are having a hard time figuring out which application to submit, please contact the One Stop Student Center, and we can definitely help you to make sure that you get the correct application submitted and also submitted on time. All right, so let's move on and let's take a look at what exactly it means to get financial aid at USD. So once you submit your financial aid application, you will be awarded or offered financial aid. We call it a financial aid offer, and it includes scholarships, grants, student employment, and loans. So it's everything that you've been offered is what we call your financial aid offer. Some schools call it an award, some schools call it a package, but essentially it's all of the aid that you have been offered for the upcoming academic year. So in order to maintain eligibility for financial aid, you have to apply every single year. And if you have been awarded a USD graduate grant, you will need to maintain a 2.0 GPA and be enrolled in a minimum of 6 units. Now you can see on this slide that we have the full-time and part-time units listed for both graduate students and doctoral students. I just want you to note that because it is different for both programs and it is different from undergrad. So just take a note of that. And if you have been awarded a merit scholarship from your department, you will need to contact them in order to find out how you maintain eligibility for subsequent years. Now, if you've been offered loans, there are 2 types of loans that you may be eligible for as a graduate student. The first one is the unsubsidized federal direct student loan, and the second one is the Graduate Plus loan. Now, the undergraduate loan, there's no credit check required. If you choose to borrow it and you complete all of the steps, you will receive the loan. With the Graduate Plus loan, there is a credit check required on that loan. And we are not saying that you have to borrow the loans by offering them to you. We want you to borrow wisely, and the loans are really only there if you need them. So if you do not need a loan, when you see it on the portal, it doesn't mean that we're requiring you to borrow it. It's there if you need it. And if you don't need the full amount, you can borrow a lower dollar amount, and you can indicate that when you complete the requirements. If you have any questions about loan borrowing, please reach out to the One Stop. We really want you to borrow wisely and only borrow what you need. And then I did mention this, but the application for next academic year, so I know we haven't even started the 22-23 academic year, but for the 23-24 academic year, you're going to be submitting your application in October, because remember that April 1st deadline will come pretty quick. All right, so Sibylla did show you what the portal looks like and mentioned the Torero Hub, which is all things business as a student. And so one page I wanted to highlight was the My Financial Aid page, which is also under the Torero Hub. And so this is what it looks like. And you can see that there are multiple boxes on the screen. And so I want to highlight just a couple. You can see the financial aid requirements is right there, right when you open the page. That's one of the most important boxes. If you have any outstanding requirements listed there, you will need to submit them as soon as possible. In the kind of colorful tiles section, you can see there are many different tiles listed there. And so I want to highlight two. We're going to take a look at financial aid status, which is that maroon box, but you can see that in the middle, the gray box, it says financial aid offer. That's where you're actually going to view your financial aid offer for the upcoming academic year. So if you click on financial aid status, it will take you to this page. And this is where you can dig even deeper into your financial aid eligibility. So this is where you can find links again to the student requirements, which you saw on the first page, a listing of your cost of attendance. So this is going to be your budget and how each component of the budget breaks down. You can view your academic status as well as your financial aid history. Okay, so everything that we've talked about up till now has been financial aid for fall and spring. And Sibylla mentioned that there is some special registration for summer and intersession. There's also some additional steps for financial aid. At USD, fall and spring are considered the typical semesters. The summer and intersession terms are special terms. So there are additional steps you must complete in order to receive financial aid for those terms. In addition to submitting your financial aid application, so that's your FAFSA, your California DREAM Act application, or your USD DREAM Act application, you are also submitting an application for either summer and or intersession aid. If you want to do both, that's fine, or one or the other. The applications will be available on our website, and you will submit those in addition to your financial aid application. Typically, the only financial aid that's available over summer and or intersession is federal loans. And if you've already maximized those loans, then perhaps a private loan. Also, if you are enrolled less than half time, you will be offered a private loan. I did mention the credit check with the Graduate Plus loan. And with the private loan, there are additional steps as well. So I realize that's a lot of loan information with the unsubsidized loan, the Graduate Plus loan, and now a private loan. So please reach out to One Stop so we can help you sort through your eligibility and what the best option would be for you. Okay, so for those of you that have already applied for financial aid, you know that the applications asked you for information from 2020, the calendar year 2020. And it's now 2022, and things could have drastically changed for you in terms of your finances. And we understand that. So if you have had a change in circumstance, we want you to appeal. If you submit an appeal, we may be able to adjust your financial aid eligibility for the better based on your current financial situation. We would never adjust your financial aid offer for the worse. We would only do it for the better. So if this is something that applies to you, please submit the appeal as soon as possible. It is an electronic form and it is available on our website. It always becomes available at the beginning of March every calendar year. And this is for drastic changes in your circumstance. If you have had a loss of employment or maybe a change in employment with a loss of income or a divorce or a death of a spouse, something very drastic that has changed your finances, please submit your appeal. That way we can base your eligibility off of what is currently happening in your life as opposed to 2 years ago. Now, this is the website where you can find the appeal. And it's, if you just search up the financial aid website on the USD homepage, you'll find it. There is an appeals section, and you can see here, it's the first tab for special circumstances. And that's where you will submit the electronic form for the appeal. Turnaround time on appeals right now is about 2 weeks. So please submit that as soon as possible if this is applicable to you. All right, so last but not least, a great way to supplement your financial aid is through scholarships. Now, I did mention that a financial aid offer includes grants, scholarships, loans, employment. And in addition to all of that, you can also perhaps be eligible for additional scholarships. Just this academic year, we launched a new software at USD called Scholarship Universe, and it is a amazing software that vets scholarships and lists them depending on your qualifications. So when you're in the portal, you will have a Scholarship Universe box that looks like this. And when you click on it, you don't have to log into another system. You're already in, and you will begin to answer questions about yourself. And as you answer questions, the software generates a list of scholarships that you may be eligible for, and it gives you the information on how to apply. So then you can just start applying for those scholarships, which can then supplement your financial aid. So it's an amazing, amazing software. It's brand new. We're super excited about it. And there are thousands of scholarships in there that you may be eligible for. So please take a look now and continue to apply as you go through your time at USD. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nancy.
Thank you, Kelly. Hi, everyone. Today, I'm going to start off talking about student account information. So the page that you're looking at right now is how you would access your online student account from the My San Diego portal. So beneath your Torero Hub, select My Student Account, and that's how you'll get to see that My Online Student Account link. And this is how you're going to be able to get to view your online student account information. Make sure that your pop-up blocker is enabled for this in order to allow for a new tab or window to open up in your internet browser. Something else that I want to mention on this page is at the bottom right-hand side of this page, you will see a portlet for Title IV authorization. Authorizing Title IV will allow us to pay those miscellaneous charges on your student account with federal Title IV funding. So you can provide that authorization from this portal. And then I'll move on to billing statements. So important thing to know about your billing statements is that they will actually not be sent in the mail. These will actually be, you'll be notified via email of their release. Typically the first week of August is when these will go out, with a tuition due date of August 24th. Typical charges that you'll see on this bill are tuition, mandatory fees, your housing, meal plans, health insurance, and course fees. They are emailed the first week of every month thereafter, with due dates the first day of the following month. So your initial billing statement for the fall 2022 semester will have that August 24th due date. And after that, you'll continue to receive billing statement notifications monthly that will have a due date for the first day of the following month. And some of those new charges that you'll see on the following billing statements will include your new institutional charges, any type of miscellaneous charges, so parking permits, rec fees, bookstore charges, fees like that will be visible on those billing statements. All billing statement notifications will be sent to the student's USD email address. So that's sandiego.edu email address. And then if the student has added anybody on FERPA and given them student account access, they'll also receive a notification that a billing statement is ready to view and will be able to view that billing statement. All right, so this is what it'll look like when you've actually selected the My Online Student Account link from the portal. You'll go to this Transact CashNet webpage where you'll be able to see your billing statements using that Statements tab on the left-hand side navigation panel. So you'll be able to see PDF versions of the monthly billing statements going from newest to oldest. That recent activity transactions posted after last statement link at the very top, that's what you used to see any transactions that happen in between billing statements. And those will usually be reflected within 24 hours. So making a payment, you are able to make online payments from your online student account. This being with a valid checking account or savings account routing number, you'll want to confirm with your bank. But checking account, savings account with a valid account number and routing number, we are unable to take debit or credit card information. And you'll receive a receipt upon making that payment. So like we just went over, you can make your payment online. It'll be called e-check when you're entering that information, that account information. Another option is via mail. You can make your check payments via mail. You can send in money orders or submit from a 529 payment plan. The mailing address that those checks should be sent to will be visible right on the billing statement. And you can also make them in person with a check or via cash. And if you're paying with cash, then you'll just want to make sure that you go to our cashier's office to make those cash payments. And that's in the Hughes Center 211. Again, we don't accept credit cards or debit cards for payments. It will have to be the account number and routing number for your bank account. Something else that you'll be able to see from that online student account is the option to enroll in an installment payment plan. So you will be charged $50 to enroll each semester if you decide to enroll. Your payments will be due on the 1st of each month. And if you like, you can enroll in auto pay each semester so that those payments are automatically taken out. Right. And this is what it'll look like from the portal when you go to enroll in a payment plan. You'll see that payment plans option on the left-hand side navigation panel. You can view your payment plan options. You should see a 5 and a 4 month payment plan option. And we can start with the 5-month installment payment plan. So if you decide to go with the 5-month payment plan, like with the 4-month, you'll have your first payment due by the tuition due date. So August 24th is the fall 2022 tuition due date. If you are enrolling in a payment plan online, then you'll have to make your first payment by that date, along with that $50 enrollment fee payment. Your second payment would be due September 1st, with the third payment being due October 1st, and remaining payments being due November 1st and December 1st. So something important to keep in mind is that that billing statement will be released the first week of August. So if you are planning to enroll in the 5-month payment plan, you may want to do it earlier in the month of August, so you have a bit more time between your first payment and that second payment due September 1st. The 4-month installment payment plan option will also be available again from your online student account when selecting a payment plan. Again, billing statements will be released the first week of August, and if you decide to enroll in the 4-month, you will still have that first payment due August 24th, which is the tuition due date. Second payment will actually be due October 1st. Third payment will be due November 1st, and then your final payment will be due December 1st. Refund. So if there's any credit to the student account, students will typically be refunded for that credit. And there are 2 methods. The first being by paper check. So a paper check will be mailed to the student's mailing address on file. And that can take anywhere from 5 to 7 days for that check to arrive. The second option you actually have to opt in for, and that's for electronic refunds or e-refunds. The student would enroll online from the online student account by entering their direct deposit information. So checking account and routing number that they would like the funds direct deposit into. And then that will usually take 2 to 3 business days for the funds to arrive. The exact timing depends on your bank. And just remember to have your mailing address up to date on file at all times. In order to update your mailing address, if you're looking to update your mailing address, you'll go to the Torero Hub from your My San Diego portal, go down to My Torero Services, And there you'll be able to see an area where you can update your address, phone, email, and preferred name. So to update the mailing address, you would select the address hyperlink, and that'll take you to a page where you can update your mailing address accordingly. So this is your online student account. Again, that page where we were going over how to enroll a payment plan or make a payment. This is the direct deposit web page. So here you see that the student already has a direct deposit account on file. So as long as you like to enroll in direct deposit, then you would update your checking or savings account information there. And you can enroll in that way. Then there's also the payment methods right above it. And that's in the event that you're making online web payments, then you can add your information there. And then you have an account saved for whenever you need to make a web payment. But for direct deposit, you will use that direct deposit refunds area right below. So 1098T documents, 1098T documents will be released at the end of January. And you will be able to get a copy via mail, and you can also elect to receive a copy electronically. Just something to keep in mind is that for the 1098Ts, intersession and spring semesters are billed within the current year, right? So for example, if you take intersession 2022, and spring 2023, those charges will be visible on the 1098T for the current 2022 year. So something to keep in mind is that even though those semesters are coming later on, they are going to be visible on the 1098T for that current year in which they are billed. And now I'm going to pass it on to Sabila to go over some FERPA information.
Great. Thank you, Nancy. All right. So I know that you've heard a lot of information already, and we have just a little bit more to give you today. I wanted to go over with you something called FERPA. Now, this may or may not be familiar, but what FERPA is it's the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. And it's a federal law, and how it applies to you is that if you have a family member, let's say it's a spouse, a friend, maybe a parent, someone who's going to help you with some of the business aspects of being a student, we do have to have your permission on file in order to give them information. And that starts with the first day that you attend class. So I'm just going to show you how you can add someone on. This is totally optional. You do not have to do it by any means. So let's take a look. What you're going to do is in your portal, under the Torero Hub, you can see here, there's a little section that says FERPA. So if you want to add someone on, or maybe multiple people on, you'll click on FERPA and you'll see this section open up, and you're going to add the relationship that the person has to you. There's a little drop-down menu that you can see. After that, you're going to go to the next tab, which is authorizations, that you can see right next to profile. So let's look at what that looks like. And you're going to see you have the ability to give them access to different things. So first off, they can have access to your academic information if you would like. So your schedule, your grades, your transcripts, that all kind of comes under the heading of academics. Or you can give them access to your financial aid information, or maybe you want them to see your bill because someone's generously offered to help pay for it. Or you can give them all of them, none of them really, you don't have to do this, or just one, and you can change the authorizations at any time. The really nice thing about this is that when you do give access to someone, they get their own portal where they can log in and view this information for you. They can make a payment for you. They can see what's going on with your financial aid. So again, if you have someone that's supporting you with some of these more business processes of being a student, you're going to want to add them on. And we do verify their identity anytime they call in, or if they email, we need to make sure it's the email address that you put on file for them. So just keep that in mind. Again, totally optional. So something else I wanted to go over with you is health insurance. So For any full-time student, we do have a requirement that you have health insurance. Now, if you have your own health insurance, that is totally fine. What you're going to want to look out for is some emails are going to come to your USD email account over the summer, and they're going to prompt you to either actively enroll or waive out of the USD offered health insurance, which is an Aetna plan. Now, if you do nothing, you are going to get enrolled. And it's important that you do opt out if you don't want this insurance, because it does carry with it an additional charge. So you can see the links on here where you can get more information as well as waive out. It is a plan that covers you for a full 12 months, August 1st to July 31st is the coverage. We don't have the exact price for this year. Last year it was a little over $3,000. I think it's a bit more this year. So that is coming out soon. You do have time to decide, but I just want to make sure, you know, if you don't take any action, you will get charged, and it's an annual plan. So you're going to get locked in. You have until September 14th to do that waiver. But I would say if you know that you don't want the insurance, get it out of the way, the sooner the better, so that your billing statement will accurately reflect for you. Okay. So I also wanted to let you know that for those who are military connected, maybe you're going to be using some military benefits. We do have a military and veterans program. They're located in the University Center building, which is the same building as the One Stop. They are on the second floor, and here is their contact information. So if you are planning to use military benefits, you're going to want to connect with them to get in all of the information needed in order to get your benefits certified. So definitely reach out to them and they can help you get everything squared away. And next, I'm going to hand things over to Diana, who's going to tell you about graduate student life here at USD. Diana?
Thank you. So I'm going to talk about graduate student life. The purpose of graduate student life at USD is to foster community building, communication, and advocacy between you and the university. Next slide. Our team works as the Graduate and Law Student Commons, a communal space located in Student Pavilion 401 with amenities and resources for students. We host a variety of events, including socials, affinity spaces, professional development and wellness workshops, and more. And our office is always open for students if they want to get free coffee, juice, or water, or if they want to use our microwave or fridge. Moving on, if you visit our website at sandiego.edu/gradlife, you will find information you need as you transition to campus, including an orientation page, upcoming events, and more. On the student service page, you will also see a comprehensive list of on-campus services available to graduate students, from academic support to campus recreation. If you have not yet found off-campus housing, which is a challenge, the link on our student service page can redirect you to off-campus housing website, in which we have resources available specifically for you. If you would like to get involved during your time at USD, we recommend looking at our graduate student government page to learn about how to join our student graduate organization. Our website is also a great resource to learn about graduate student life programs. In the communication section of our website, there is a calendar of upcoming programs and events that can be added directly to your own Google Calendar. To keep in touch, we encourage you to read our Grad Life Connect details, emails, and follow our social media pages. We can also be found on our communication page. If you have any additional questions about Grad Life or would like to learn more, we invite you to drop by the Graduate and Law Commons Student Life Pavilion 401 to talk to a team member, or contact directly by visiting the staff directory on our website. So now I will be passing it back to Sevilla.
Thanks, Diana. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave you with a few things. I joke a few because we've gone over a lot, but a few things to remember. So number one, your FERPA. If there's someone else you'd like us to speak with directly on your behalf, make sure to add them on through your portal. Make sure to register for your classes if this applies to you. Again, some programs will register you, so you don't need to worry about that. Financial aid. If you are planning to use financial aid to cover the cost of your classes, make sure to check out the areas in the portal that Kelly showed you so that you can complete any remaining requirements. Tuition, Nancy gave you a lot of information about tuition, the due date, the payment plans. Mark that down on your calendar so that you can make sure to pay on time. And if you have questions, of course, reach out. Immunization forms. This is something that we didn't really touch on today, but all students are required to submit proof of their immunizations. You can do this through your My Wellness portal, which is located in your My San Diego portal. So there is a link to it. So make sure to get that in. You will also be getting emails about this. Health insurance. Make sure to do your waiver, or if you aren't going to be waiving out, you can actively enroll. But just remember, if you don't do anything, you will get enrolled and charged. And then our USD mobile app and social media, which I'm going to show you what that looks like now. So we're in the home stretch here. I would encourage you to download our mobile app. I know pretty much all of us carry around our phones all day long. So if you download the My SD mobile app from the App Store, it's for Android and Apple phones. This is a really helpful thing to have because you're going to have your Truro ID card on there. You're also going to be able to see your schedule. You can see where the trams are on campus. You can even load funds onto your ID card and pay for things through at the dining services. So really helpful app to have. You can also push yes to push notifications and you'll get important reminders and updates. Now, if you're someone that really likes to have these reminders throughout the year of, when is it time to register? When is financial aid application available? You're going to want to follow us on social media. So we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we are on Twitter. So go ahead, be our friend, like us, follow us, all those good things, and we will send you all of those reminders so that you do not have to remember on your own. So definitely take a look at that. And last but not least, thank you for joining us today. We know that this is a lot of information, can be very overwhelming to just kind of jump into it and be worried about your academics. So if you take anything away from today, I just want you to know that the One Stop is here to help you, as well as all of our campus partners, financial aid, and graduate student life. We're here to support you on your journey, and we look forward to partnering with you. So reach out to us. And you know what? We're going to start that support right now with a live chat. So get those questions ready, send them over. Our team is ready to help. Have a wonderful evening.